Age 101 students, this is Professor Davidson. I'm looking forward to working with you all this semester. This is a quick welcome video in which we'll go over kind of the core pieces of the course, but I really want you to understand that if there's anything that you don't understand, please don't hesitate to contact me. So all of my contact information is in the syllabus, which you can find here. You can text me, you can call me, we can set up a Zoom, you can email me. Don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, so this is going to be kind of quick because I know you don't want to spend a lot of time, but I want to introduce you to the welcome unit. So you are listening to the welcome video. There's also a discussion. If you click in here, what you'll see are 2 questions that you need to answer, and you do that by replying. And I also mentioned that you can reply by text, or if you would prefer, you can also reply by video. So if you click here, you can record a video as you're sitting at your computer or your phone, which is kind of neat. The 2 questions are listed here, and then you also have to reply to 3 of your classmates' responses. This will earn you 5 extra credit points on the first exam. So that's kind of nice, and you get to know your classmates. This is an assignment worth points, so you need to click into that, read through what's involved with the course, and then submit it. And this is information on online learning. And if your legal name is not the name that you prefer, you can change your Canvas name here. So that's the welcome unit. I also wanted to point out the supports here for students. CCP Cares is a very neat service that allows you to reach out and request support for something that's getting in the way of you continuing in college. And what CCP Cares promises is that they will be in touch with you within 24 hours about your need. Also notice that in this pandemic period, when we're doing everything online, we've also moved all student services online as well, and you can easily find the links. But again, if you have questions about this, don't hesitate to reach out and I can help connect you. Okay, going back, now that is the welcome unit. We just went through the student services supports. This is information on Mindtap. Mindtap is the textbook resource that we'll use throughout the course. It not only includes the ebook, which you'll find here, but also some of the assignments in the course. So you can read about this in these first 2 links. And after you've watched the tutorials, you can click into Mindtap, and after registering in Mindtap, you will be able to find everything. So your ebook is included with your course registration, so you don't have to buy a book unless you would like to. It is all here. So there is your ebook. These are the units that we'll cover in the course. Okay. All right, back to modules again. Let's see if we've covered Mindtap. These are workshops that we had last semester, and what we decided to do this semester was to post the recordings so that you could access these program workshops as you'd like. Okay, so those are recorded workshops. Now, here we are with our first unit of study. And you can see here that all of this is due on January 19th. Each unit has a success plan. Part of this course is to help guide you toward your goal. And we begin by completing interest surveys. Then you will next explore health careers and choose a career, and next you'll design an academic path and a financial plan, and then finally a personal statement. So it all begins here. each of the success plans has a tutorial. So you'll find a tutorial and you can click into the tutorial if you would like to listen to the instructions. But you can also read the instructions to the success plan. They're very detailed and you will find them here. Okay, the success plans are kind of the big assignment. They count for a lot in this course. Each unit also has 2 or 3 mini lectures. So what you'll find first is a portion of lecture, typically around 10 minutes. Listen to that. And then you will next have to respond to the information in some way. So that is what the response is. The response is 4 points. So you want to make sure, whoops, hold on, I did that incorrectly. The response is 4 points. So you want to read it carefully and then answer it. It will give you the instructions on how to submit the assignment here. Okay, there is a rubric so you can see how you are graded for that assignment. So this first unit has 2 lectures and 2 responses. Chapter homework are quizzes on the chapter, so you have one of those. A learning lab is an interactive type of activity. You have one of those. Every unit has a midterm and med math quiz. Okay, and before I go on, I do want to mention that these 3 assignments, actually you have 2 tries, so you can take your highest grade. You can complete them twice. There is an exam, and then finally the last thing I'll cover is the Culture and Healthcare Team Project. You've been assigned to a team, and your team is going to work on a project throughout the course. Now this first assignment, which is submitted as a group, so only one group member submits, actually requires that you connect with each other and talk about kind of the pitfalls and how to avoid them as far as group work. So read this through carefully, and then you're going to have to figure out a way to work with your group. And don't wait until the last minute, because that turns into a problem. So you'll see here, as a group, you're going to come up with your answer to each of these 5 questions. Why do healthcare students need to learn to work in groups? What problems have you experienced? How can you ensure that you don't have those problems? Does your group need a leader, and who is it? And then how did each person contribute to this assignment? Okay, so let's kind of, I know I'm flying through this work here, but I wanted to mention you have 2 weeks to complete all of this. It looks like a lot, and it certainly isn't a little, but many of these things only take 30 minutes or less. What you want to avoid is waiting until the last minute. Each day, work on something for Allied Health 101. And don't forget that this is based around a book, and your chapters are listed here as well. So you can find your chapter for the unit and your lecture slides. Now, very finally, there's an optional section in each unit. It's meant to kind of enrich the course. Let's look at each of these. Encouraging each other is a discussion that's not graded, but is a way for you to get to know your classmates and learn from each other. So it's a discussion. Reply, respond to some other replies, read. What I found as a professor over the years is that you learn as much from each other as you do from me. Okay, you have very wise people among you, so be sure to check into that for sure. Okay, and that would be the staying connected. The second part of this is the class meeting. This is an asynchronous course, which means you're not required to attend a class meeting. But I do want to hold one each unit. And you'll see here, the first meeting takes place on January 25th at 4. and there is the Zoom link. But I also want to address what you are concerned about, even if you're not present at the meeting, because I'll record the meeting and then post it so you can have your questions answered. So to do that, to leave a question, you're going to click on Edit, and then you'll write your question. So you might say, I'm a little confused about the response 1B, or can you explain more about diagnostic medical imaging? It can be any question, but if you list your question or concern, I'll then be sure to answer that. Now, you don't have to leave questions here. You can get a much quicker answer, as I mentioned, if you reach out to me. So I know that was quick. Remember that I am here for you. That's what I do. So if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. Take care.